hearing that these people were doing, and said that was completely wrong.
Yeah, that is not how you use my evidence.
And he says
you've gone completely the wrong way with the findings.
He said it showed that it was negligent stuff, basically, is what it shows, and it just all falls in line with them being arrested now.
Yeah,
and during that, she wrote, "I am evil. I did this. Why am I, like all this stuff." Like she did it, and that was used as evidence of her confessing to the court. Thing is, they didn't include though. And they haven't included in the media, is that during that same document, she goes on later to say, they're all blaming me, but I didn't do anything. I'm not guilty. Yeah. On to something a bit more lighter. Lucy Letby, a baby killer.
So much lighter.
I know.
Glad we've made that change.
Amazingly, though, it is so much lighter.
It's actually lighter.
So much lighter.
Yeah.
Especially when you learn that, no, she's not a baby killer.
Apparently not, from what we're seeing.
I've been saying this for a while.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people are still just not willing to comprehend this.
Yeah.
My mum still says, no, I don't care.
Yeah, I reckon she still has something to do with it. It's like I talked to Matilda about it. She had no idea.
Oh, yeah, it's hardly being talked about.
No.
Because
I saw literally one
how
fucking...
terrible the NHS is.
Yeah, I showed one fucking post. There was one post from Sky News. That was it.
Wow.
On Facebook.
Actually, let's have a look now, because let's go on to...
Everyone's basically like, oh, this woman whose life we all ruined. Don't look at it.
Still ruining.
The hospital managers were arrested as well. Let's talk about that.
So this is obviously the main thing.
Like you don't arrest someone again unless you have some evidence to go with it. And the only reason they would be arresting these people is to find out what they know in relation to a cover-up.
I didn't even realise that's only Talk TV, actually. Yeah, Sky News, one video I see here. ITV News could face more charges. What's the exact opposite? What the hell?
What the fuck?
Where does this come from? I can't even play it because ITV...
Yeah, they'll just immediately...
Between June 25... But a police investigation is ongoing into other deaths and incidents. They're trying to blame her for more now. Yvonne Bay go back as far as 2012 at the Countess of Chester, the same hospital where Letby also worked. Evidence has now been passed on to the Crown Prosecution Service.
Okay,
Jesus.
but
So at the same time...
At the same time as...
arrested 3 managers from that hospital.
Bear in mind that her entire thing has been that it was actually management doing a cover-up.
Yeah, and she's also just been losing it a bit in there because I'm not surprised. Like, this happens a lot when you're told that you've done something.
Yeah. There was a criminal
we'll get
episode.
Into some of the evidence,
there was a criminal episode me and Matilda were listening to, literally about this type of situation the other day.
Yeah.
So it starts off with this old lady getting killed and, raped in her fucking house by some murderer.
Yeah.
Now, the police officer...
Wait, murdered and raped?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raped and murdered,
Yeah.
The police officer involved in leading the case basically comes up with this giant plot and theory that involves 6 people being in the room. Okay. Right? Despite the fact that the room hasn't got any signs of like a major tussle. Right. And there's only 2 blood types in the fucking house.
Oh God!
The blood type of the woman, which was like O negative or something, or O positive, and a B blood of some kind, right? B positive, I think.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Though. Different people could have more than one. There could be a few people that have O, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like a B positive.
I don't know why everyone
B
would be
positive
bleeding,
is rarer than O. O is quite a common one, right?
O is very common.
So, what they find is all of these people that they've arrested have got O blood, apart from one of them, and their B blood doesn't match the B blood that's at the scene.
Oh, I got you.
Because the B blood at the scene is a non-secretor, which means they don't release any of it into their mouths, saliva, snot, anything like that. They just keep their blood inside, which makes it harder for them to detect, right? And despite all of this fucking evidence, and despite the fact that they don't have a match on the DNA properly, they just go ahead and arrest 6 people. They get a person in to psychiatrically tell them, like, no, you definitely did it. Go back and have a sleep, and if you have dreams about it, tell us what the dreams are, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
And like to the point where even after they proved who it was later on with an actual blood test, some of these people still believed they were in the room at the time because it was so poisoned into their heads.
Yeah.
And they'd spent literal years behind bars for it, thinking about it over and over and over and over again. Embedded into their head.
It's messed up, man. The justice system generally scares me.
Yeah.
And this is why I think
because if it goes wrong, they think that they've done everything right, even when it's wrong.
Yeah. We said this before, haven't we? Like, there's so many cases we've looked at as well where, like, if they try to prove in court that it was somebody and it gets proved that it wasn't them, they're like, well, who are you going to look at now? And they're like, well, we don't need to look at anyone. We know it was them. It's just we couldn't get the evidence, etc. You know.
Yeah.
It's like a silly way to look at it.
So stupid.
But with Lucy Letby, though, there's like... So at the same time, we didn't even say what those managers were arrested for. Did you see the actual charge?
No.
Gross negligent manslaughter.
Jesus.
Which is exactly what the idea that those people... So the first thing when I first heard about this was like... It feels like a year ago or something. Yeah. When I first heard about the
theory that it was the managers instead.
Well, the theory that it wasn't her anyway. Based on...
That's right, because originally,
the trial went through, and they got a sentence mainly like they proved that she poisoned the babies. They proved that the babies were poisoned anyway because of this some report that was done by some scientist, you know, and they used his experiment to say
and then he came back and he literally said, "You've used."
Well, he wasn't involved in it.
Yeah.
They just used his evidence. He'd come up in this like. Hearing that these people were doing and said that was completely wrong.
Yeah, that is not how you use my evidence.
And he says...
You've gone completely the wrong way with the findings.
He said it showed that there wasn't a thing, that it was like negligent stuff basically is what it shows.
Yeah.
And it just all falls in line with them being arrested now.
Yeah.
But at the same time now then suddenly we're also learning they were also trying to say she's done other ones.
Yeah, she's involved
the NHS,
somehow.
I'm guessing, are pushing that.
Yeah, cause, they want to prove that they didn't do something wrong. So she has to be involved now, otherwise there's a problem.
Yeah.
Otherwise they've gone to massive lengths to put a woman into jail who wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah. I mean,
and that is fucking catastrophic.
Do you know? And the worst thing is, do you know how the main thing that a lot of people say is like, well, they found a note, she confessed to it, is what people say.
That happens all the time.
Well, she didn't.
People
she didn't
confess
verbally
to shit.
Confess to
no,
it.
yeah, but also people confess to shit all the time because they can get held in fucking like jail for extended periods of time. Again, they start to get fed this bullshit that they're the fucking person who did it, even when they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they just end up cracking for one moment under pressure, but that moment is then taken as a fucking given. That's it. Well, you've said it now, so now it is. Yeah. And it's fucked, man. It's absolutely fucked. Because that's essentially, it's a type of fucking torture.
So her like kind of quote was though, "I am evil, I did this," was like basically what she said.
Yeah.
Do you know how her confession, what it was though?
No.
How they say?
Oh, it was a psychiatrical thing, wasn't it?
Essentially, it was a note. She was after the events and stuff. After she'd been arrested, she was told by a psychiatric to do like a stream of consciousness kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, writing down just whatever comes to your head and just keep writing and writing. It's like a little practice.
Yeah.
And during that, she wrote, "I am evil, I did this. Why am I, like all this stuff." Like she did it, and that was used as evidence of her confessing to the court. Thing is, they didn't include though. And they haven't included in the media, is that during that same document, she goes on later to say, they're all blaming me, but I didn't do anything. I'm not guilty.
Yeah.
Not that exact verbiage, but the rest of it, I didn't do anything.
Almost as if it's like, I'm evil, I let this happen, rather than I'm the person responsible.
Well, no, it's just they're saying this it's like they've got this document of words that says, here is where it proves that she did it.
But contradicts it immediately later.
But leaving out later on the same document exonerates her. If you want to say that this proves it definitely was her because she writ it, well, this proves it definitely wasn't her because she writ it.
It's like they're fucking treating it like a religious text.
But they only will include what they want to include.
Exactly, like they're treating it like a religious text.
This is why this shit fucking bothers me so much in the justice system, man. It's like, how can you... and basically,
you know how
those
you get
things
through?
They put together at the end, though, when they were talking, like in the final statement, they were saying, look at this evidence. We know the babies are poisoned. If you believe the babies are poisoned, you know she said she did this.
Yeah.
You have to decide or come to the conclusion that she poisoned them.
Yeah. You know how you get through this?
Go on.
You don't say a fucking word until a lawyer turns up.
Oh, yeah, everybody always...
Every single time, especially, and I'm going to say this, especially if you haven't done something. If you have done something, you should probably just say, I did it, sorry. But if you haven't
done... If you have done it, then you probably
not
do
gonna,
it either.
Yeah. But if you are in that situation, you do not say a fucking word until you have a lawyer present. That is an end of it. You do not say a fucking word.
Yeah, man, like... People get worried that, they're going to get seen as being guilty.
Evasive. No.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You
don't say a word until the lawyer is there.
If they're already looking at you like that, then you need the help anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
you need someone there in your corner to be like, no, that's not how you do that.
Because we don't understand how this justice system is, the way it works is fucked, man. It's so weird.
Very fucked.
It's so strange.
And you need someone who knows what they're trying to do and how they're trying to manipulate you there before you say anything.
Yeah. I think it's better here than like America, but I don't know.
It probably is, but I'm still going to go for a fucking lawyer.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
100%.
It just fogs my brain, like, and as well now, the process for her, even if they get charged, these managers, the process of getting her out will be impossible. Well, not impossible, sorry, it'll be long.
Yeah.
It's people think that, like, as soon as they get arrested, get proved, she'll be out. No, they've got to prove then that she definitely didn't do anything, because she's already been put down.
Yeah.
So they've got to prove that original one was wrong. And the court does not like admitting that they're wrong. They hate it.
Yeah.
They will do whatever they can to not do it. It happens.
Yeah.
They do it. But even then, say she does get out after a few years or something.
Yeah.
They'll hardly mention it. There won't be much.
There won't be much talk about it.
How many?
There'll be one tiny retraction on like a fucking one of those like rolling reels they've got underneath the main story that they're talking about at the time. They'll probably come up with a big story to release at the time.
Yeah,
so they can be like, breaking news now, and they'll put that in the fucking bottom bit, and they'll talk about fucking Putin for another half hour.
But either way, though,
ridiculous.
She's never going to be working in the NHS again.
No.
She's never going to be... Nobody. How many people are not going to believe it? Half people won't believe it.
Oh, yeah, that happens all the time as well, yeah.
Half of the people will still think she's a baby killer.
Yeah.
She'll have to change her name. She'll have to go somewhere else. Her life's ruined either way.
Yeah.
She could be... I think she's innocent. She did do stuff that she shouldn't have done.
Well, yeah.
She did do stuff she shouldn't have done.
That seems like more like it might be a systematic issue with the entire place rather than just her.
Well, no. That's another part. Yeah. Because basically, going to that part, which shows the evidence that it's the NHS, not her.
Yeah.
Is that the babies that were kept there? I didn't realise this until I looked into it. None of them were healthy babies.
Right.
They were in this neonatal unit that wasn't fit to look after the type of stuff they had.
Right.
But it's all they had in that place, and they, overcrowding, etc., underfunding, blah.
Yeah.
They weren't equipped to deal with them.
Yeah.
And these were the babies that
needed real help.
And that died, I mean.
Yeah.
But then going on to the stuff that they didn't include again onto Lucy Letby, who was just remembered on her side, like the notes, they said that they found in her home notes from the babies that died.
What?
Like she, taking notes from the hospital, like hospital
and
notes
taking
and stuff,
them away,
taking stuff home.
Right.
And she did do that.
Yeah.
That's true. The thing is they don't include is that she'd also taken notes for loads of babies that didn't die.
Oh.
They'd mentioned about the fact that she Facebook stalked the families of the babies that died.
Right. She also Facebook stalked the babies of the families that lived.
Yeah.
It's almost as if she liked the families and liked the babies and wanted to see if they were doing well.
It's almost like they look after these babies for months and months on end and form a relationship with the family.
An attachment, some might say.
And maybe just want to keep an eye on, or, just check up on them on Facebook, which is not an illegal thing. People do that all the time.
Yeah.
I know so many people that Facebook stalk people.
Yeah.
Like... This is like
I'm not saying it's not creepy.
Oh yeah, that Facebook. So yeah.
You know.
But it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Especially with girls.
It's a fucking thing.
Especially a girl thing, man. It really is a girl thing.
Yeah. If not fucking Facebook, then Instagram.
Yeah, it's social media, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Though, there is all this stuff that is just never mentioned, man. That I don't think she's guilty.
I mean, obviously we'll have to see till the end of the trial, but it's looking more and more.
Trial's done. What do you mean?
No, the trial of these people.
Oh yeah.
We've got to find out what's happening there.
Let's have a look for an update of that, actually. If they've been charged or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Arrested on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter. Right. But then look, on the same day, prosecutors consider more charges against Lucy. That's amazing, that is. It's on the same day.
Same day, just different fucking... Oh no, but the Sky was the one doing the hospital bosses one previously, so they're just enjoying both sides.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. Yeah. It's just amazing.
It's amazing that's literally
the timing,
the exact same day.
The timing, how long this has been a thing for Lucy Letby.
Yeah,
and
actually,
at the same time.
It's like fucking Columbo. Just one more thing. I saw you steal a fucking chocolate bar.
It's terrible. Now I'm just realising it. If this investigation is still carrying on, which it is, we're learning, how the hell can you send someone to prison when the investigation is still going on?
Good point.
That seems terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I hadn't even thought about it like that.
Yeah.
That seems really wrong. Hopefully it's a new investigation that they opened up.
That seems to be something that they can just decide whether or not they want to do based on a whim. Because there's so many people who should be held in jail.
It's not just them. There is a whole, it's not just the police that are arresting.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Hierarchy
but
of people.
There's so many people who are violent offenders. It's like, get him out on bail.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
Oh man, if you want to go on to a different thing though, actually, I was hearing about Tommy Robinson, what he was doing in prison.
Yeah.
For was it 7 or 9 months or something like that he was in? And he was in solitary confinement the whole time.
Yeah, that's fucked.